live. I am Kathleen, your conscious coach. Hi, everyone. Listen, I had a question. I'm going to answer that question. It was asked by a guy, a man asked this question. And so I'm going to give you the answer live and explain to you why you need to find a wife. So I'm going to make this short and sweet because I have an event tomorrow that I'm prepping for and I'm already tired. So I'm going to make this short and sweet. I'm just going to answer the question. So I'm going to put it up here so you can see it. So the question was, what if the man does not want to get married? So hashtag find a wife is what you can put in the comments or send your friends over here, whatever you want to do, baby. This is your time. You scrolling Facebook, you do what you want to do. So that was the question. What if a man does not want to get married? So my response was this. What if a man does not want to get married? That's an important question, I said, and I'm reading verbatim my response. One must ask himself, do I not want a wife? Meaning sex, kids, someone to share time with, build with, X, Y, and Z, or do I not know how to be a husband? And I think a lot of men, just like a lot of women, may not know how to be a wife. A lot of women think good sex, I'm a wife. I'm wifey material. I can cook a little bit, whatever. Little things like that are good qualities to have, right? We all want to have amazing sex. And we want to be able to get along with people and all of those things. But those are they're part for the course, right? Things you expect. Some men don't know how to be husbands. Now, this is a big one because you can be a dude that does not know how to be a husband. You don't know how to be kind. You don't know how to focus on your family and provide. You don't know how to focus on your family, period. You don't get joy out of being a husband and being a father and all of those things. So you need to learn how to be a husband. Some guys are mean. They speak to women in mean tones. They don't know how to address women. They don't know how to treat women. They think if the sex is good, they're good. They feel like being a man means your nature means you're all over the place and the woman should be cool with that. And that's not being a husband. Now, some people may say, well, how do you know you're not a man? I don't have to be a man to understand what I desire from a man. I'm clearly a woman. But I know what I desire from a man and I know what I expect from a man. So do you know how to be a husband? That's a real question. Because if you don't know how to be a husband, you may fear becoming a husband because a husband requires you to be able to deliver. Being a single man does not require you to deliver anything. You can come and go as you please. You don't have to consider other people. You're not on demand, right? You're not on call 24 hours a day. A husband is on call 24 hours a day for his wife and for his children, and also for his community. That is a lot different from a single man. And I'm not attacking single men. You're going to be single because we're all born single, but eventually we are supposed to get married. The expectation is for us to get married. And I know there are a lot of definitions out there now. Things have changed, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, why are you dating and never married? So you went through 20 years dating. That's fine. You went through 25 years just dating. That's fine. You went through 30 years just dating. It's starting to be a problem. Especially if you want to have sex, you want to have kids, and you actually plan on building wealth. We have a problem if you're not 30 years old and trying to meet a woman who you can make your wife. That is a problem. It's a problem because marriage is community-based. Marriage supports the community. Marriage is the bridge that helps us cross the wealth gap. So if you're not married and you're single, but yet you're behaving like you're married, it's a problem. Now, you can be single and live your life. You grown, you can do what you want to do. All I'm saying is that the married men are the men who are contributing the greatest to the structure in the community. Period. It is what it is. You can look at any data, you can look at any statistics. Those are the facts, which is why hashtag find a wife. I said, so either one must ask himself, do I not want a wife, sex, kids, someone to share your life with, or do I not know how to be a husband? And the third one was, or do I not understand the value a man who is a husband brings to the community, which I just went over. And then my finishing remark was, a man who subscribes to biblical principles must ask himself, am I in the will of God? Because God didn't call us to date for life. We're in a crisis. We're in a family crisis in the Black community. And you know why? We're out here dating far too long. We're dating, we're procreating, we're not building wealth, we're not moving into ownership, we're not doing any of those things because we're out here dating and we're failing horribly at dating. I'm not, but a lot of us are. You know, women have a struggle finding a man because men are not ready to marry, they're not preparing themselves to marry, and now we're falling into a situation where we have what I call gray marriages. You're waiting until you look like this to finally get married. That's a problem because at this age, you can't even have kids. You can't raise kids. And the goal was to get married, raise children in a productive environment who can contribute to the society and continue the wealth, continue to build. So we're missing that because we are unmarried. And I can't ask a dude to marry me. I wish I would. Now, I'm going to go for what I want. So if I see a guy and I think he's a good guy and he would make a good match for me, I might be the one to say, oh, you handsome. Oh, you look good, whatever, because I know what kind of husband I want. And I'm not scared. A lot of you men are scared. But you're not too scared to be out here on clown behavior, which does not benefit the race as a whole. Now, if you want to have a surface level conversation about your choice to be single, then do that. I'm talking about as a community. I'm talking about as a race. We have got to develop into thinkers who understand the qualifiers of building a great community and wealth. And you can have a job as a single man. You can make $1 million as a single man. You can do whatever you want to do as a single man. But data and statistics show, right, that a married man will achieve more for longer. Who can argue with that? So just imagine if you're a single man and you made $1 million with a wife, you probably would have made 10. That's facts. Even the richest people that are married will tell you that. So, if you agree with biblical principles, it says you're supposed to get married. If you don't believe in the Bible, okay, we're done. Because you don't need to argue with me about your religion, your beliefs. Baby, I'm not here for that. But if you do walk in a church, call yourself a man of God or a believer or however you want to frame that, you dating all of your life, you're 30, still dating, never married, you're 40, still dating, never married, you're 50, you're Black, still dating, never married. You're 60 years old. You lived your whole life with multiple women that you pursued, slept with, had kids, whatever you did, and you didn't get married. And you really think you're contributing on the level of a married man? You're not. You're delusional. You are not. You're contributing on the level of a married man. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we weren't taught this. And I'm sorry that you didn't inherit that legacy from your father. Because if your father was a good husband to your mom, you would have picked up on that and you would have ran with it. That's the reason why Method Man said, I'm here. I love my wife. I love my children. And that's why my son, who is 26, is married. That's why he said that. He set the example. His son watched. His son picked up on that, and his son followed in his footsteps. And you guys, you're gonna have to make the footsteps. You're gonna have to create the pathway, because some of you didn't have a father in the home. It's going to require you to create the pathway that you want future generations to take. So he commanded men to find a mate. He that finds a wife finds a good thing, unless that man is gifted to be single. That means you don't want none. You don't want no kids. That's what it means. You are blessed with the gift of singleness. You, honey, you is working for the Lord. You are working for your community. You already know what it costs to bring a child into this world. You already know everything that child is going to need. You have thought about that. You process that information, and you're like, I don't want to be that dude. And you appreciate the value that married men bring to the table. So he commanded them, saying, look, unless you're gifted to be single, and there are people like that, you need to get married. And then he says it's better to marry than to burn. So if you want a warm body laying beside you, you want a partner, you know you want to have kids, you want sex, you want all of this, you want a strong community, you want your children in safe environments, you want access to your children every day, then you, my friend, want to get married. And you should. And I hope you do. Find a wife. All right, I'm gone. Bye-bye.